All right, everybody. I'm so glad you girls could jump on. We've got Miss Michelle and Miss Sheila at work. I love it. And I know everybody's so busy running around after Christmas. So I'll keep this super short and sweet, but I wanted to share something I was going to share just a second ago with Sheila that before I became a Beachbody coach, this is so crazy. And I don't even think I realized it happened until like I went through it. But I remember the very first year as when I became a coach, not being depressed after the holidays. Now, I know that that's like such a real thing. And maybe some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm so ready to move on. But I put up like 12 Christmas trees and it's like a really big deal. And it's like, I literally prepare like November 1st for Christmas. And it is just a huge event. And I'm a huge Christmas guru. So I used to get super depressed after the holidays, and I kind of looked at why I'm not getting depressed anymore, and I want to share that with you guys, and I want you guys to incorporate this as well as we go into 2018. Like, oh my gosh, it's exciting. Like, remember the time you went into a new year and you didn't know how to set goals, like you didn't really know, like you're like, I want to get in shape, I don't really know how. I want to feel better, but I don't really know how. And we really provide all of those tools. And so it gets me excited going into a new year that I have literally this circle of people that are just excited to go along that journey. And it makes it an easy transition going into a new year as we know that we're all on this page together. So I want you guys to get really excited. I shared today in the group, one of my challengers, I kind of shared, if any of you guys saw it, was maybe just a little bit disappointed in where she thought she would be at this time. And I just want to share with you guys, I remember last year, you'll always have an area like that, but I want you guys to do something really quick before we get started. You're always going to have an area where you're like, man, I should have done better here and there. But today, what I want you guys to do is focus on, and I want you to write down. So after this video posts, I want you to write down in the comment area the one thing that you nailed this year. Like whatever it might be. Maybe it was, man, I finally feel like I've nailed nutrition. I've been working on my marriage and it's going amazing. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. Maybe it is Beachbody related and you're like, man, I just really found a tribe that is like seriously, cheering me on every single day. Maybe it's that you're learning to love yourself a little bit more. Maybe it's that you're setting a schedule for the first time in your life and it feels really good to, kind of check in each day. Whatever it is, I want you guys to share in 2017 what one thing that you did that you feel just amazing about. And you're like, I did this, instead of focusing on the things you didn't reach, okay? Because we all have those, right? But it's almost like going into, hey, Kimberly, going into a new year, we forget to look at all the things we actually accomplished. Instead, we're like looking into 2018 going, oh, I can't wait. And I didn't do this in 2017. So I need to set this goal higher. That's great. How about what you did in 2017? So I want everybody, after they listen to this recording, to share one positive thing about themselves, business, family, whatever it might be, in the comment area after the recording of just one thing you're super proud of yourself for. So, and then we can set goals for 2018, but I really think that we need to cut ourselves some slack. As I saw my dear friend, I love Miss Colleen to death, and she's getting ready to run a half marathon in Disney. And I was just so I'm sitting there, I'm like, if you asked me to run more than 3 miles right now, I would die. No, I'm out. So I just think of what an accomplishment that she's even just going to be doing it. Maybe she isn't, as prepared as she had thought, but gosh, look at the goal that she set for herself. So I want you guys to think about that as you go into 2018. I'm going to have a vision board event that I'm going to share with all of you guys. All of you guys can be invited, and I'll be sharing that with you this next week. It's how literally I reach all my goals, how my team reaches all their goals by setting daily, weekly, quarterly, and monthly goals. So we're going to talk more about that this next week as we set up the new group. So I will be setting up the new group and putting the link in one of the challenge groups. I have the maintenance group, which all of you guys kind of stay put. But if you wanted to go in a new group, you can. It's really for new people that have never really gone through this or just a couple months in. But I'll post that link and you guys can join. We will be doing, if you guys didn't see the book that I posted last week, this will be starting. We're going to start at the second Wednesday of the new year, right? I'm still going to offer a call next week. I'm still going to offer a call. I want it to be a goal setting call. Okay. So we're going to have really fun with that. But I want you guys to grab this. If you need the link, you can tag me. I'll tag you in the link. But I think this is going to be the best way to roll into 2018. So with that being said, I hope that you guys, hey, Miss Stacy, I hope you guys all had just an amazing Christmas. And my biggest hope and dream for you this year is just to focus on all the things you hit this year and then to set some other ones. And we're going to talk about next week on our call, just, you know, making family goals, making business goals, making personal goals, what those might look like. So I think it's important that we hit all those notches and that we recognize that we may not hit all of them, but we're going to write them down on paper. It's okay. So I'm going to read today. That was quite an intro. I'm going to read today, December 27th. I can't believe it. The glorious freedom that the Lord has given us. And I think it's just so awesome going into New Year, just to know that no matter what, He has instilled this freedom within us. So I'm going to read this real quick and then have you guys share. Hey, Miss Heather. So if the Son liberates you, then you are ready and uniquely, wow, free. John 8:36. Some people say children are gullible. I love this, meaning they believe anything, no matter how ridiculous it sounds. But children are not gullible. They are trusting. It is children's nature to trust unless they have experienced something that teaches them otherwise. And another thing we are known about children is that they can enjoy just about anything, even turning work into games. Our Heavenly Father wants us to know that we are His precious little ones and to put our complete faith in Him to care for us. He wants us to take His hands and lean on Him, continually asking for His help. Everything that God calls us to do, He must help us do. He is ready, waiting, and more than willing. But we come humbly as little children, sincere, unpretentious, honest, open, knowing that without Him, we can do nothing. Let's see. Do you hear Miss Stacy? There we go. And then I highlighted the last paragraph as I'm like stumbling my words here. I have so many things going through my head I want to talk about with you guys. The last whole paragraph, it says, as God's children, we were never intended to live in bondage of any kind. We should be experiencing glorious freedom and liberty, freedom to enjoy all that God has given us in Christ. He has given us life, and our goal should be to enjoy it. Seek to become and remain childlike with all the simplicities of a child. It will enhance the quality of your life in the most amazing way. And the prayer says, Lord, I come to you as your child and ask you to set me free from all sin or bondage. Take that hand and lead the way. Oh my gosh, you guys, how much comfort does that prayer give you that, you know, whatever sin or bondage that you are holding over yourself right now, like ask Him to lead, to grab your hand and lead the way. One of the things I like to share, I can't say it too loud. I don't want my husband to hear. I mean, it's okay if he hears. But he struggles sometimes with prayer when he needs something because he feels like he needs to go to God when things are good. And he feels the pressure of, well, gosh, I'm just turning to Him when things are bad. And that's just, you know, I need to make sure I'm turning to Him when things are good too. And the answer is no. He just wants you to want Him. If that bad moment or that thing that you're having a hard time or with work or whatever it might be, if that one moment like brings you to the Lord, that is what He wants. It doesn't judge you whether it's a good moment, a bad moment, a fantastic moment. He just needs you. He wants you. And so ask Him to take your hand and help you with this bondage that you're dealing with instead of it being, oh, well, I feel like I'm just always turning to Him when it's negative. My husband struggles with that. And I always tell him, no, God just wants a relationship with you. He's not going to judge the moment. So do you guys struggle with that? I don't know if I had never heard that until my husband said that, because of course I'm just really loud and I'm like, God help, Lord help, you know? So I was like, oh gosh, I never really thought that people might feel that way. And so I know if he feels that way, a lot of you guys might. Kimberly, I know you raised your hand, and I can see how that would happen. So I wanted to share that with you guys, as I know some people might feel that, but also if there's anything you're carrying on your shoulders going into 2018, I want you to ask, like, read this prayer and say, I come to you as a child. Be more like a child right now, where we just trust. We just trust and believe. There's no, I wonder. You're that child of Christ, and just ask him to grab your hand and lead you along that way. One of the things I want to share with all of you guys, off subject, is I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of every single one of you guys. I know we've got Miss Kimberly that's sick. I know we've got people traveling, all these things, and you guys are still just showing up and doing the best you can, and that's what it's about. You know, my husband and I, the last couple weeks, gosh, oh man, my diet's been horrible. I've just been enjoying cookies, but I think of like how I might have been in the past, and it might have been like, 24 days of enjoying cookies. Instead of 24, it's maybe like 5. So, I pat myself on the back and I'm like, hey, it could be a lot worse, right? And then, gaining weight. I'm going to go live in just a second on Race for Fitness after we finish here. I think people really beat themselves up about the holidays, and I can tell you right now, like, I have horrible allergies. My eyes are really red. My voice is really strained. I know some of it's allergies, but I know a lot of it's food as well. I know that it can affect the way you feel. It has this cloud over your head. And I think that so many people in society think that that's normal. To walk around with that cloud over their head just from eating or just not having their mind right, know that you guys now have the tools. And, when you have that extra bloat from sodium, or you have that, think we're drinking more alcohol, we're eating more sugar and wheat and flours and different things. Our bodies just, those are all the devil, right? And our body just responds that way. It's like protecting itself from all the things that we stuck in. So now we'll have the tools. You guys have all I posted yesterday. It was funny. One of you guys had said, so yesterday I was working, and on Good Morning America, they talked about that realistically people are gaining, 4, 5, 6 pounds over the holidays because of the sodium in the food. It's not that they've actually gained the 4 to 5 pounds. It's the sodium from the food that they ate. And so I shared that sodium video with you guys yesterday, and I'm going to share a lot live in just a minute, but realistically, set a goal just to add some of those healthier things into your diet, watching your labels, drinking the detox water, knowing what fruits and vegetables to eat and what proteins, and just start. Don't be perfect. Don't be perfect, but just start. And then you're going to roll into the new year's with already a plan, right? So I'd love to hear some of you guys that might have want to share something about the Bible study today that spoke to you, maybe something else in general, any questions you guys might have, but feel free to unmute your line too. Anybody? Okay, so raise your hands real quick. How many of you guys are going to be rolling into 2018 with a workout program you already know you're going to be doing? So you're going to be doing 80-day obsession. All you guys do an 80-day obsession. Okay. And I want to do next week, I want to do the call, a lot of it also on goal setting, but also on the time nutrition. So I'm going to pull up the time nutrition that Autumn has, and we're just going to go over it. You guys already know so much of it, which is really great. Does anybody have any questions on the fitness program, the time nutrition, any of those things? But I like to also talk a little bit about that on these calls as well, and make it about everything. Maybe you've got an area where you're like, man, I'm really struggling on this. What would be the first thing that you would do? I'd love to talk about all of that.
I think I'm a little bit nervous about the, because I work out so early in the morning, and I'm like trying to wrap my head around what is the best thing for me, because I don't want to drink a shake and then be jumping around or whatever and it's sloshing in my stomach. I think I'm going to try with an apple and protein butter or almond butter, but I don't know.
So it's funny. The other day, I did not eat my breakfast. I did not want a shake. I looked at my husband. We both were like, no. And just because I didn't want all that extra liquid on my stomach before working out. And so I looked at him, and we both made, he's funny. I like the Reese's peanut butter cups better than the pudding. He likes the pudding better. I don't know. So we made pudding last night as our second shake for the day instead of drinking it. So absolutely, Kimberly, what you can do is make your protein peanut butter and then have an apple with it, or have, you know what I've done too? I don't know if you guys have saw I've done this before. It's so good. I'll take, and this may not be for you, but I thought it was really good. I took fresh raspberries, a half a serving, just like the shred plan, and I broke, this might sound really gross, I broke them up really chunky in my protein peanut butter, and it tasted like a raspberry peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was really good. I don't know. Some people are like, Rhonda. Or, I mean, you could eat the raspberries on the side with the protein peanut butter. But it was like, oh my gosh, it literally tasted like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a bowl. So something that you can always do too. I'll tell you, I don't always feel like drinking it, and especially for those of you that live in cold climates. I know when I lived in Minnesota, I think I ate it like every morning for like 4 months, because it was like, this is crazy. It's freezing here. So Kimberly too, I don't know if you saw, Autumn actually talked about the time nutrition with the breakfast. For those of you that work out at 4 or 5 a.m., that you can choose to have it afterwards. You just need to do it within a very quick window. She recommended, I mean, she's been on calls and she's like, listen, I recommend you do, but if it just works better for you to have it after, then it's not going to kill you. You're still going to get great results. So I want you guys to know, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I always eat before my workout, but I don't work out at 4 or 5 a.m., right? But if I were to work out at 4 a.m., I probably might eat part of it. I know it sounds kind of funny. I might eat like part of my protein peanut butter, maybe half my apple, and then finish the rest afterwards. That's probably what I would do. I've done that before, where I've been like, I'm not really hungry, but I know I need a protein. I know I need a little bit of a carb from the apple. So I'm going to eat part of that, and then I'll finish the rest afterwards. And I've done that. So that might help too.
Okay. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Any of you guys have any questions about it? Let me get a picture of you guys real quick. So the other thing, and I would love if any of you guys know the answer to this. I'm going to ask you guys a question. It doesn't bother me, but I could see how for some people, maybe they would want it not to. The bands sometimes roll up on some of the movements. If you guys see anything on social media about maybe Autumn talking about that, or suggestions, put it in our groups. I would love to see. I don't know. I haven't researched it at all. It's not something that has affected me, but I know that somebody did bring it up in one of my groups today, and I was like, you know what? I'll see if I can find anything on that. So I'm sure that yeah, go ahead, Sheila. Yes.
I just commented on that. I found a video, so I commented on Kim's post. Yeah, I found a video where Autumn was talking about it, so I copied the link and put it in the post.
Okay. Sheila, awesome. I will grab that and make sure that goes in both my groups. Sheila, thank you so much. It was so funny. I was like, I know somebody in one of our groups probably knows. I'm not on enough to know and see, but I knew that there had to have been something. So I'll share that with you guys. Let's see, some other questions. So,
Rhonda?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Yes.
I'll admit something. I never follow the diet of the workout I'm doing.
Okay.
Ever. I do like the 21-day fix pretty much for everything.
Yeah.
Is that really terrible?
No. If it works for you, don't change a darn thing. If it like, here's the thing. Like it was so funny. It was the one girl that just went through the ultimate reset in one of our groups, but it was funny. People were asking me how I came up with the shred plan. It's basically the same as what the 80-day obsession is, really super similar. Mm-hmm. And the reason I brought it up, and I know, Michelle, we've worked with you with more protein and more good fat, that type of thing, is because when I did the ultimate reset, that's kind of what it was. It was more veggies. It was more protein. It was more good fat. And it's the same stuff that I did when I competed to walk on stage. And I'm like, why would I not create something I already know that works and just stick with it? Right? So I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to totally implement some of it, but it really is what we're already doing. Other than maybe some of you guys aren't getting your food in maybe early enough. Maybe that slight little change there. I'm not changing a damn thing, because what I'm doing is working. So I'm not changing anything. I will read what she says, and I will kind of go, well, if I'm having a hard day, I'll remember. But for some of you guys, it's going to be like a clicking game changer with her providing that exact time release for you, because it's like an actual, think about it. This is what I loved about the ultimate reset. is it was literally a book that was handed to me. Here's what you eat for the next 21 days. And I don't have anybody that ever does that for me. So it was like, oh, this is awesome. So day 21, it's going to be this, day 20. And so it was like, I loved it. So I think the time release program might be one of those things for some of you guys that love to have that, like, okay, this is exactly what's going on. For those of you that are finding that the Fat Shred program is really working well for you, then stick with that. That's my thoughts on it. It works. You guys have seen the results from the groups that we've ran. I definitely think, and I believe, I got a message the other day. Somebody asked me, you know, what do I think about the time release nutrition? It's a game changer. It will change everything. Everything. Truly, you guys, it does matter when you eat stuff. It does matter when you cut food off. It does matter what you eat before and after a workout. That is how you get to the next level. If you're feeling stuck, that's what's so fabulous about this program, is it does that for you. And just like the Shred program that I created for you guys, it tells you exactly what to eat, when and where and how. And yes, like Michelle, like you, I know you were under on your protein and all of a sudden you upped your protein and you're like, dude, game changer, right? So I want you guys to realize that this really is for those people that are super stuck. They're not sticking to it. They're not sticking to the Shred plan. They're not sticking. The 21-day fix is brilliant. It's brilliant. So I know that for Christmas, so if you guys saw the plate that I ate was perfect for Christmas, but going back for seconds wasn't perfect. So that's where the 21-day fix is like, you can still enjoy those things just within portion control. Like having the cookies was great, but I didn't need to eat 6 every day. You know what I mean? So it's just, the cool thing about it is it just allows for those people that really need that structure. I think it'll be great. So Michelle, if it's working for you, don't change a darn thing.
I think for me though, the hardest thing is that when I stick to like the 21-day fix or the Shred plan, like my body changes so drastically in ways that I can't swing so far. So sometimes I get off it for like a week.
Yeah.
And so that I can balance myself out, because I start to lose weight and I don't want to lose too much. Because for me, I'm shorter in stature. So when I lose weight, it's huge. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm uncomfortable. Things aren't fitting properly, but I'll cheat for a week. My hardest thing then is to get back into it. And I feel like crap. So I'm still trying, even after a year, I'm still trying to figure out that balance, and it's hard.
Well, and I think what's really great about the Shred program is some people have asked if it's a lifestyle, and I said, absolutely, it's a lifestyle. So I didn't share publicly, and it doesn't, I don't really need to, but I got down to 123 pounds like 2 weeks ago. Y'all, I walked on stage 122 pounds, and I'm not okay being 123 pounds. Like, I'm not okay with that. So I feel kind of super similar to you, Michelle. Like, but you guys, it was before the holidays and I was eating so ridiculously well. So when the cookies and the things showed up, I was like, dude, I don't even freaking care, because I do not want to walk around 123 pounds. Like I normally walk around 125, 126, and I feel like that's like a really good. God, a year ago, you guys, I was 138 pounds a year ago. So what happens is like the Shred plan, if you are so strict with it, or you're so strict with, like Michelle and I were like, we've gotten to that point where you've got to where you want to get, you know, and you are so regimented that, yeah, like you might need to have a cheat day. You might need to add that in. So that's what I love about the Shred plan and about this time release program is if you eat really, really well, and then you have a crappy couple days, your body's going to eat it up. It's just going to jump right back to where it was. So don't be scared. Like, you know, if you aren't perfect on this plan, it allows you to have those treats and still live your life. And that's what I love about the Shred plan is people have asked, you know, are you going to always eat, you know, more fat, more protein, more veggies? I'm like, yeah, but I also know that I'm going to probably have a cookie here and there. And I know that I'm going to probably have a cocktail more than I should. So it all really balances out. Right. And that's what I love about it. It's just knowing, you know, what to do on these plans and knowing, you know, like today's my last day. I'm just cutting 1 carb out and I'm doing an extra shake. And then I feel like I'm back to normal. Right? Just kind of having that plan and knowing what fruits and vegetables to eat. But also the other thing, Michelle, any of you guys struggling with, not most do, but any of you guys struggling with keeping weight on, what you want to do is you want to eat higher in fats. You want to make sure that you're having more fat, but you also want to make sure protein is not going to be fish. It's going to be protein that's going to go through your body slower, like maybe beef, maybe chicken, you know, all those things are going to go a little bit slower versus, you know, the shrimp, the tofu, the fish is going to go through really, really fast, right? So if any of you guys know anybody that's struggling with that, it's really, you have to kind of change your protein slightly. So, and like Michelle, if your stomach allows it, if I were in your situation, I would probably have more beef, or I'd probably have a lot more chicken and less fish. So if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not real big. I love beef. Beef doesn't love me as I've gotten older, so it kind of sucks. Like, I'm like, I love steak and a burger, but my body like hates it, but I love it. So any questions you guys might have? Any other ones? I hope this was helpful and got you guys excited. So next week, I'm going to share really publicly in the group my goals, my personal goals, my business goals, kind of my team that I work with. We're going to, you know, we do the same thing as well, but I want to kind of share them on every aspect so we can all start thinking about that. We'll be in the New Year's. I want us to kind of start, you know, implementing them, not just saying that this is what we want, but actually like applying it. And I think that that's the hardest part for people to do. We're going to talk about how we could do those things, right? So that we can hit really big goals. And then what we'll do is the following week, we'll have everybody in the new test group, which I'll have set up. We'll all start this new book. You guys, it's amazing. This book is going to change your life. Like, I'm so excited to come back to this. I was like, when I did the Purpose Driven Life once, I almost got more the second time. So I'm really, really excited to do this again with you guys. So why don't we end in prayer? I'm going to go live on Race for Fitness as soon as I get off here and just kind of share the 5 things that I'm doing this week to kick the bloat to the curb. And maybe I'll see some of you guys over there. But let's have an awesome week. And let's, every single person after this video, when I post it, I want you to share one thing in 2017 that you rocked, that you were so, now this is the time to brag. I want you to just share what that is and be really, really proud of that. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be family, it could be business. It doesn't matter, but I want you guys to share it, okay? All right, so we'll end in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you so much for providing this amazing platform that all of us can jump on just for a little bit, Lord, and just honor you. It all starts with you, Lord, and I pray that every single one of these women and men going through this new year will ask you to have your hand in theirs, that they will not walk alone, that they have such freedom. Any doubts, anything's going on in their life, that they will surrender those to you, Lord. That without you, Lord, nothing is possible. You are the one that gives us confidence to walk through our life. Lord, if you would help every single one of these women and men to realize and just lean on you, that the weight that they're wanting to lose, that the results that they're wanting to get, that it all starts with you, Lord, and that confidence coming from you will directly reflect their body. They will just slow down, start thinking about making amazing goals and putting you at the top of that goal for 2018. That we will just ask you, Lord, more. We will be with you and walk with you more instead of when times are good, but asking you when we need you most. Lord, in your precious name, amen. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. And I'm so excited to hear what you guys write for the one thing in 2017 that you're like, you know what? I nailed this, right? So you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you soon.